Okay, what is going on, everyone? JustSaiyanZ here, and welcome to another video today, guys. So today's Friday. I hope all of you guys having a great day. It might be Thursday in America to where you guys live, but as you guys know, I do live in the future, as many of you guys tend to say, because I live in Australia. But that's besides the point. So in today's video, I really want to focus on giving you guys my review, my opinion on this new patch that we got for KAKAROT version 1.6 or 1.06 patch note update that includes the time machine. Now that's one of the main thing I want to focus on in this video, the time machine. Now I know a lot of people right now are quite disappointed with this new update this new free DLC time machine update that we just got, because it's pretty interesting. I find it very amusing with the fact that before we even got this time machine released yesterday, a lot of people was kind of anxious, kind of eager to get their hands on this time machine. But after the time machine got released, no one really expecting the way the time machine will work. No one really expecting what we were gonna get, what we got actually. But anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and explain everything to you guys, so and give you guys my full opinion. So as many of you guys know, the time machine is out, and we do have the chance to go back in time and complete various sub story that we may have forgotten to do or were unable to do back then when the game first came out. Because when the game first came out, there was a lot of issues, a lot of bugs, a lot of problems people were having trying to complete sub story, side quests, and all this crazy stuff. And now they kind of update the game, they'll pretty much update the game and give us this free update. I get free DLC. I really don't call it DLC, it's more like a game plus or whatever it is. I don't know, it doesn't really matter. We got this free DLC for the time machine, and like I said, a lot of us has been waiting for this. We've been waiting to get our hands on this DLC or this time machine, because for me it is one of the biggest thing I was looking forward to the most, more than the Battle of God DLC that we are going to be getting in April. But yeah, the time machine was one of the main things everybody was kind of looking forward to the most out of everything. But now we finally got it. A lot of people are quite disappointed, because the fact that we had to wait this long to get our hands on the time machine. When we do have it now, we finally got it. It's kind of, it didn't really live up to the expectation, and I'm going to give you guys the reason why. Okay, before this time machine came out, I've been making quite a lot of videos on the channel about it, like what to expect, and all my prediction, all the stuff I've been saying, turns out I was right. One of the few things I was right on the most is actually the fact that when we go back in time, we can still play the story. We have the opportunity to play it throughout the story mode, because I know a lot of people before the game came out, a lot of you guys been asking me, hey JustSaiyanZ, bro, is there any way we can be able to play the story mode again? And before we even found out about this time machine, no, the problem is we were unable to play the story mode again unless you want to start a completely new game. Because most RPG game or most open world game, the only way for you to replay the story, you have to start over again. That's how it works. But now with this new game plus, with this new update and DLC with the time machine, we have the chance to go back in time and play the story mode. So you have to go back in time to a certain part in the story. You got to pick whatever timeline in the story you can go to, and then replay the story. And also if you skip one of the sub story or sub quests, you got to complete that there too. So that is also another cool thing. But now with the issue a lot of people is having is that what I was right on, again, like I said, if you go back in time, a lot of the thing I was actually right on is the fact when you go back in time, you're pretty much going back with the current level you are right now. For example, if you're at the max level like 250, when you go back in time, you will still have that level 250 while you're fighting the enemy back, while you go back in time fighting the enemy. But the issue a lot of people is having right now is the fact that the enemies level, they're very weak. I mean, it makes sense. I kind of understand what CC2 and Banam Namco was doing there. Like when you go back in time, that doesn't really change the enemy's level. That really kind of disappoint quite a lot of people, because a lot of us or a lot of people are kind of expecting, when you go back in time, the enemy will at least be as strong as you, so it can make the sub quest or whatever it is, sub story, feel more challenging and more rewarding in a way. Because when you go back in time, when you complete those sub story, if you are like a higher level, let's say 150 or whatever, you don't really gain any XP from those enemies you defeat if you go back in time. And that's really sucks. Honestly, it's kind of bummy because, you know, with the fact that we can go back in time, that would also be a great way to level up your character instead of keep grinding through the. Instead of us grinding with Banyu, you know, you have the chance to go back in time, fight enemies, and do all this crazy stuff. But the problem is, you don't really gain anything from that. You don't really get any good reward. The only thing you can get from that, I was kind of happy with that part, is the fact that a lot of the subquests you may have skipped, you can actually get an opportunity to go back and redo them, and also get, you know, get various character soul emblem. For example, the emblem I was missing in my category was Nam, Angel 8, and some few other characters that I may have missed, you know, because like I said, back then the sub story was not really working quite well. It wasn't really activating for me, but now they kind of fixed that issue. So yeah, I was able to get some of those character soul emblem. But like I said, the issue is you don't really gain any it's not really rewarding at all. It's kind of boring, you know, in a weird way. It's like a lot of people right now, I'm getting a lot of notification right now on my phone looking at it. A lot of people is like, bro, it's boring, you don't do much, there's nothing to do. And there are some few other people out there that's quite happy about this time machine. You know, the fact is, one of the main reasons why most people are happy about it is the fact that they get the chance to play the story again, which is cool. You know, that's one of the big prop I can get Bandai Namco and CC2 is the fact that we have the chance to, you know, replay the story more and enjoy it over again. For me, the main story I really wanted to focus on and play the most when if you guys watched my live stream today or yesterday, sorry, is the Vegeta versus, you know, Majin Buu of Gohan. That fight was really amazing. It was epic. So I got to replay that again. You know, it's fun. You know, it's amazing. That's the best part of going back in time with this time machine and replaying the story mode. But other than that, completing the side quest and sub story, well, that part is quite boring. It's not really rewarding. And another quick thing I wanted to give you guys, if you guys don't know yet, is the fact that when you go back in time and play the story, for example, let's say Vegeta versus Majin Buu, if you're at 250, that level does not count to you playing the story mode. So Vegeta will still be the same level as he was back then when he fought Buu. So I'm pretty sure the max level, the level Vegeta was when he fought Majin Buu was, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was level 75 or level 60 or level 60. Nah, I'm pretty sure it was 75. So yeah, so if you're level 250 in the current present time, when you go back in time playing the story mode, that 250 will not carry on through the story mode. The character will still have the exact same level as they did back then. The only time your level will be effective is through this playing the sub story or side quest or whatever. But yeah, like I said, it is bittersweet, you know, because we had to wait this long, you know, just to get our hands on this time machine. It's kind of boring. It's not really that rewarding. It's kind of tedious too, to be honest. Right now, a lot of people, you know, like I was saying, got bored of it quite quickly. Actually, I was one of those people, because as soon as I completed all the side quests that I needed to do, I didn't really, there's not much to do. You know, you don't really want to keep going back in time. You can't really find anything. You can't really do much. It's just it's boring. The time machine was boring, honestly. We had to wait this long, and it has so much potential, to be honest, because I was one of those people. I was been saying this for a while before the game even came out. Before this time machine even came out, I was saying like this would be a great opportunity for them to introduce, you know, other DLC like Dragon Ball GT. You can get in the time machine, go into the future, you know, to activate the GT timeline, or even go back in time fighting Z villains, you know, fighting other movie villains and stuff. The time machine has so much potential for us to do other things than just going back in time and completing these sub story side quests. There's more to that. I'm guessing they might do something about it in the future. I really don't know, you know, but right now it's pretty boring. It's pretty lackluster, to be honest. After you do all those other things, it's not fun at all. And I'm sure there are people out there, like I said, are happy about this, but the majority of the people are quite disappointed, because it's funny, because the same people that was quite excited for this DLC, this new time machine, they're the exact same people that end up whinging and complaining about it, like, oh bro, it's boring. And I'm one of those people. I'm guilty of that, you know. It's not what you know, a lot of us were expecting. They kind of like, I would say they kind of like disappoint us, to be honest, because I'm glad we didn't have to pay for this time machine DLC or whatever, because if we had to pay for this, then that would be robbery that Bandai Namco would be doing to us, you know, CC2 would be doing to us, because There's no way in hell we will have to spend money for stuff like this. It wouldn't make any sense at all. So I'm glad. That's one thing I'll give them props on, is the fact that they made this. I really don't want to call it DLC. They made this update, I guess, free to play instead of us paying for it, because there's no way in hell I'm gonna pay for something like that don't really give me any reward, because it's not rewarding at all going back in time and completing those side quests, unless you want to play the story mode game. That's good, I guess, but other than that, it's pretty boring. But let me know what you guys think about this. How do you guys feel about this whole time machine issues and stuff that just happened? Are you guys enjoying it? Are you guys happy it finally out? How are you guys liking it? Are you guys enjoying it, or are you guys disappointed? Share your thought in the comment section below. I can already imagine the reaction people are gonna get from this, but I hope you guys watch this whole video, because I really want to give you guys my honest opinion review about this, because it was gonna happen anyway. So anyway, have an amazing day, guys. I'll see you later. Peace out.